Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to another video on the Sports Perspective TV. And in this video, we'll be reviewing the action of our Reggae boys in the English leagues that took place over the weekend. You know, we have a few Reggae boys that participated in the Premier League, of course, and also some in the English Championship. And quite a few of them actually contributed, significantly to their teams, either by scoring goals or getting assists in the game. So we're going to go over a bit of those details. But as usual, before we get into the details, if this is your first time, tuning into the channel, definitely appreciate if you hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date about the different content that we put out. A lot of sports content coming. Also, do like the video and share your thoughts in the comment section as always. And if you also like, definitely appreciate you sharing the video as well. So just regular YouTube formalities as usual. But without further ado, let's get into the details of this video. So starting with the English Premier League, we see where Michail Antonio, he was on the score sheet again for West Ham in their match against Newcastle. The match ended up, ending. West Ham ended up losing the match 4-3. But it was a very, very close game. It was a good game. At one point, West Ham was leading by 3-1, and Newcastle came back and won the game 4-3. So a lot of excitement in that game, a lot of goals scored. Michail Antonio scored the first goal for West Ham in the first half. I wouldn't say unfortunately, because obviously he's just coming back from injury, so they're trying to manage his injury as well. So he was removed it was removed early in the second half, as a way to manage his return from injury. But nevertheless, he contributed to a goal, and his team scored 3 goals, and he scored one of them. And any team scoring 3 goals, you expect them to win. But unfortunately, West Ham weren't able to prevent Newcastle from scoring. So Newcastle ended up winning the game 4-1. Another Reggae boy that was in action in the Premier League was Bobby the Reid. He came off the bench for Fulham and scored a goal for them as well, which helped them in their 3-3 draw against, I forgot which team Fulham was, against Sheffield United, yes. So Fulham 3, Sheffield United 3. Bobby the Reid scored a goal in that game as well. And I think this is Bobby Reid's second goal in at least the last few matches. So he's in good goal scoring form for Fulham as well, whether he starts the match or whether he comes off the bench. He's always, contributing in some way. And even when he doesn't score, his work rate on the field and just his overall football IQ is very, very valuable to the team. The same way he's valuable for Jamaica when he plays for them. For us, it's the same way his value is with Fulham. So Bobby Reid scoring again for Fulham in their 3-3 draw against Sheffield United. We also see where Leon Bailey he started for Aston Villa, and Aston Villa won the match 2-1. Leon Bailey didn't get a goal or an assist, but with Aston Villa's first goal, his cross, so I guess you can call it a semi-assist, because his cross, he played the ball across and it was deflected slightly, and the ball ended up at the foot of Moussa Diaby, who turned out a powerful shot past the goalkeeper to get Aston Villa scoring going. So even though Bailey wasn't credited for the assist, it was his play that, technically created the goal. So good performance by Leon Bailey. Even though he didn't score, there were moments in the game where he showed his class. So nevertheless, it was a brilliant performance by Leon Bailey in Aston Villa's win. Right, then we're moving on to the English Championship now. We see where Omari Hutchinson, his team Ipswich Town, won their match as well. Hutchinson did not contribute in any goal, but he did have a good game for Ipswich. And actually, Ipswich is pushing to get a Premier League spot. They're actually leading the championship table now. So kudos to Omar Hutchinson. He's a very integral member of the Ipswich team, you know, as they're making their push to gain Premier League promotion. So good performance by Omar Hutchinson there. Next up, we see where Casey Palmer and Joel Latibodier, you know, they played for Coventry. They started for Coventry in their 3-1 victory over the weekend. Casey Palmer even had an assist as well. So a brilliant performance by Casey Palmer there. And the thing, so Casey Palmer, when he plays for Jamaica, he plays in a slightly deeper role as a result of how the coach Hallgrimsson wants to organize the team. But when he's playing for Coventry, he plays further up the pitch, you know, and you know, us Jamaican fans normally say, you know, the players, when they play for Jamaica, they don't play as well. But sometimes that's due to, you know, where they're playing, you know, on the field compared to where they are accustomed to playing. And I think Casey Palmer is a perfect example of that. You know, when he plays higher up the pitch for Coventry, his talent does come to the forefront and he contributes on a regular for them. Once he's not injured, of course, you know, because as you know, he's had his fair share of injuries as well, you know, but he's back fit now and he's performing well for his club, you know, and I'm sure that will transfer over to country as well as the Reggae Boys have upcoming matches in the summer and so forth. Also starting for Coventry was Joel Latibodier. He had a decent game in defense as well. So kudos to those two Reggae Boys. And Coventry is making a push for the playoffs in the English Championship as well. You know, they're currently just out of a playoff position, but there are still a lot of games left to go for the season. So Coventry do have a good chance of making it into the playoffs. And as you know, once you're in the playoffs, anything is possible. So hopefully Coventry can make it into the playoffs and then, you know, put their best foot forward and let's see what happens with them. You know, hopefully they are able to secure Premier League promotion as well. Then we also see where Bailey Kaladamarti or Kadamatari. Well, Bailey Kadamatari, the young striker. He was called up in for the Reggae Boys last camp for the Nations League, but unfortunately he was also called up by England for their I think it was their under 19 team, and he accepted the England call up as well. But so nevertheless, you know, he's still eligible to represent Jamaica, and he scored for his team Sheffield Wednesday, you know, in their draw in the English Championship. So definitely, you know, kudos to Bailey there, you know, for scoring. And even Coach Hallgrimsson, when asked about him in press conference, you know, he did mention that, you know, he's a very talented young player and his talent is on display in the championship because he's scoring regularly for his team in the championship. You know, so as a 19-year-old, that's definitely a plus for him. You know, so hopefully he will, if called up again the next time for Jamaica, he'll accept the invitation and come and play for Jamaica. But nevertheless, we're going to still, you know, keep track of his progress in the championship, you know, because he's still eligible to play for Jamaica. So the decision is just up to him on whether or not he wants to represent Jamaica or represent England. You know, we also see where Jamal Lowe, you know, who was called up in the Nations League camp. He started in the match against America. He scored for Swansea in their 1-1 draw as well. So definitely good to see Jamal Lowe getting on the score sheet in the championship, you know, and, you know, displaying some sort of form, you know, and again, it just makes, and if he can continue this form, then obviously it just makes, the decision of the coaching staff when picking the team for the next international window. It just means that they'll have, you know, harder decisions to make as far as who gets selected in the forward line for Jamaica. But that's as the saying goes, that's a good problem for a coach to have, you know, having a lot of options to choose from. So definitely good to see Jamal Lowe getting on the score sheet, and I hope his form can continue as his team, you know, as the championship is in. I think there are about 7 matches left remaining in the championship, so hopefully his form can continue in the championship as well. So that's all I have for this video. You know, reviewing, the performance of our Reggae Boys playing in England. But as always, if you like what you heard in the content, we definitely appreciate if you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, share the video with somebody that that you think would like this video as well. So until next time, Sports Perspectives fans, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.